Some time ago, I started thinking about the problems that were holding me back from reaching my goals. I was tired of getting the same results and facing the same problems over and over. This year, I decided I wanted to take on some new problems, and for that, I needed to let go of the old ones. One of my problems has always been procrastination. After a lot of reflection, or in other words, after taking some hits, I figured out how to handle it. I finally managed to let go of the sweet comfort of social media and started taking action towards my goals. However, I soon realized that starting something was the easy part. The hard part was sticking with it until I saw some results. I've always admired people who can put all their effort into achieving a goal. Recently, I watched a video of Cristiano Ronaldo talking about discipline and consistency. He mentioned how important it is to push through and do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. And then, when you do it, you become mentally stronger. After watching that video, I was determined to make a change. I wanted to be consistent with the actions that would lead me to my goal. There was just one problem with that: my laziness. That was one of my old problems I just couldn't get past. To me, laziness means not putting enough effort into what I do. There's this ongoing struggle in my head between wanting to achieve big things and just taking the easy way out. What usually happens is I set a goal, make a plan, and start taking the first steps, but then I have trouble staying consistent enough to actually get any results. I couldn't understand why, despite having big goals, I wasn't making any progress toward them. But then one day I came across a psychology theory called expectancy value. According to this theory, our motivation to act depends on two things. The first thing is how important the reward is to you. For example, running 1 mile to earn $10 might not be very motivating, but running 1 mile for $1,000 is a lot more appealing. That part was pretty obvious. Of course, the bigger the reward, the more motivated we are to act. But the theory also says there's a second important factor: how confident we are in our ability to successfully complete the task. If you don't believe you can run that mile, you won't be motivated to try, even if the reward is $10,000. After all, why spend your time and energy if you don't think it's going to work out? That made complete sense. I wasn't feeling motivated because I couldn't believe it would work out, and I had a reason for that. I had failed many times before. With my track record of failures, it was hard to believe I could achieve my goals. I had tried various approaches, but never stuck with any long enough to see results. In 5 years, I'd barely made any progress. My expectation of success was really low, and so was my motivation. But after a while, I realized I was looking at things from the wrong perspective. Once I adjusted that, everything changed. Before, I saw mistakes as proof that things wouldn't work out. Now, I see that the way to get it right is by getting it wrong first. Let me tell you a story. In the 1870s, Thomas Edison was working on developing the incandescent light bulb. However, he had a problem. The materials tested for the bulb had low durability. After thousands of experiments without solving the issue, one of the team members expressed some frustration over not having discovered anything yet. But Edison didn't see it that way. To him, they had discovered thousands of ways that didn't work. Thomas Edison found the solution to his problem after failing thousands of times. And here I was, giving up after the third attempt. This thought hit me hard. What if I wasn't actually failing, but just quitting before it had a chance to work? After that, I started seeing my failures as part of the learning process. It took me 4 months to create the first video for this channel. The result, after almost a month of being posted, 3 views. Before, this might have made my motivation go down the drain, but now, I simply understand that this is part of the game when it comes to getting good at something. Every failure brings us closer to success as long as we're willing to learn from it. Of course, it's no use making mistakes and blindly following the same path. What changed the game for me was that after a bad result, I developed the habit of stopping to analyze why it happened and thinking of a way to do things differently. I finally accepted my mistakes and now I look for signs of progress. Even if things didn't turn out perfectly, is the result getting better? That's the real question. If you think your laziness is just a lack of discipline or willpower, consider whether it might actually be fear of trying something new. Don't let the fear of failing make you choose the only path where failure is 100% guaranteed.